Welcome back to another episode of our GODSU Wednesday Icon Talk. This is yours truly, His Excellency Dakar, and I'm CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools as well as Director of Operations here at GODSU. And to the left of me, I have our Co-M.C and founder of GODSU, and she's also the Chancellor of GODSU as well as the Senior Vice President of NVIDIA Financial Network. Her Excellency, Attorney Reverend Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks, Chaplain. And we're going to be interviewing our main guest, who is our mogul. We have our man of God unleashing legacy successfully, our mogul.
Man, oh man.
That's right.
Oh.
That is our Mr. Courtney Lodge, who's the co-founder, CEO, and master coach at Sure Profits Academy and Sure Profits Coach.
That's designate. That's right. He is part of GODSU and he's finishing up everything he has to do. And he is such an exciting person. He has done just so many wonderful, wonderful things. And he will be featured in our GODSU magazine. That's right. You can see it here. Absolutely. So I'm going to read to you what we have here for him. Designate Courtney Lodge, MBA. Designate Courtney Lodge is a business transformation consultant, personal mastery life coach, motivational speaker, trainer, entrepreneur, author, and banker. He's the co-founder, CEO, and a master coach at Sure Profits Academy and Sure Profits Coach, where he is coaching businesses to find sure profits. Designate Lodge serves as CEO of Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions at CCCU, where he led the strategic development and position of over 342 credit unions. Let me say it again for those of you in the back, okay? 342 credit unions and their 18 leagues in 18 Caribbean countries. And he's here at GODSU for the GODSU Credit Union. I am just so excited. Yes, he is. General Manager of Microfinance at the Development Bank of Jamaica, as well as CEO of GSB Credit Union, Vice President of Branch Distribution Sales for Victoria Mutual. I mean, I could go on and on. He was even a Deputy Superintendent of Police. Salute, sir. And so I am so pleased and proud to know that you're here with GODSU after working in India and South Africa and all over the world. And so I just want to welcome you to the show, welcome you to GODSU, and ask you just to tell us what has been the key to your outstanding journey to success.
Thanks very much for that warm introduction. I may, though, Your Excellency Dakar, you missed something from Chancellor's introduction. Always include the beautiful Dr. Diane Moore. Yes? Because when I tell people about you and GODSU and what you're doing, I always have to mention your beauty. Not just the physical beauty, but just that nature and just the spirit that you've brought to GODSU. And you can see that flowing through His Excellency Dakar, for example. Yes? And, Cairo and the rest of the team. It's really, really a powerful team and thing that you have going on at GODSU. In terms of what's been there as the source of what I've been doing, of course, most persons will start off by telling the influence that God has had in his or her life. And that's no different for me. God has had a powerful influence in my life as well. But truth be told, I am very new on the journey. So I am not yet that Bible-toting Christian who can, testify and say, God has been my strength, though I know for sure that's undeniable. What I can say, though, is that with God's energy flowing through me, I have been able to, let me put it this way for you. Instead of telling you, let me demonstrate it for you. I was walking down the road one night. It was a dark night, and I saw an older gentleman, very white hair, but this man looked so good. And he looked like somebody that someone familiar. I'm sure I know this gentleman. And as he came under the light and he emerged, I said, I know you. And he said, you do not recognize me? Yes, you do know me. I said, you're on TV? He says, sure, I'm on TV all over the world. But who are you? And he said, ashamed of you. I am Dr. Courtney Lodge. I am a world-renowned leader, author, speaker, a personal development coach, and a business transformation consultant. I speak 5 languages. Courtney Lodge, I am the 92-year-old version of you. You have just taken a trip to the future, and you're talking with your future self. So, ladies and gentlemen, or I should say lady and gentleman here in this case, that's been the source of my inspiration, a very, very clear vision of having literally gone to the future to examine what I would like my life to be like, then to come back to the present and to work with that vision. For example, it said, I am Dr. Courtney Lodge. So when I did that vision, I did not yet have a degree. In fact, here in Jamaica, I had flunked out of high school equivalent, 0 O levels, 0 subjects. So I now was on a serious mission. And now I had to pursue, I've completed a master's and started a PhD because it's in my vision statement. In addition, Dr. Courtney Lodge, a world-renowned leader, I was not yet a leader of anything. So I had to pursue leadership goals. A world-renowned author, I had to now go and write books because I have to live this vision and make this vision a reality. Because once you have a clear vision, that vision will pull you. So a friend or so, or a so-called friend will come and say, oh, Courtney, let's go and rob a bank. I said, just a second. Dr. Courtney Lodge, world-renowned leader, author, speaker. Sorry, that's not in my vision statement. I have no interest. So, that vision has helped to give me that very clear focus on to stay on track and to stay on a certain path. That's the biggest source, and I thank God for giving me whatever that is to clarify that vision. And thanks for asking.
That is absolutely amazing.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. I see the movie too. I see everything. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I want to ask you, what are some of the initiatives? I know that you're working on the GODSU Credit Union, but tell us a little bit about that initiative, but tell us about the other initiatives that you're working on, especially what you're doing with your business, so that all of our listeners and those who are viewing you can actually get the information they need so they can, go ahead and hire you to do exactly what you do. So don't be shy. Tell us exactly what that is.
Thanks very much for the opportunity. So again, let me start with the GODSU, and this is talking about moguls and unleashing your legacy. Now, if I may be permitted to answer that question or that thought about the concept of legacy, yes, of course, not only because I have 5 grandkids and I have to work on a legacy for that reason, but of course, a legacy for the world. And right now, with this interaction with GODSU is going to be and has already been a major platform. Anyone who has a vision of being a world-renowned leader has to have a great platform. And of all the platforms I've seen, the one that I've chosen to be my springboard is GODSU, because it is saying, a global worker of God. Yes? And somehow you may be familiar with Baha'u'llah of the Baha'i faith, who said, let your work be your prayer. To me, it's similar to what GODSU is about. Your work is your prayer. Everything you do, that's your prayer. So maybe I do not go on my knees 7 times per day to pray, but in my work, I try to demonstrate what I believe God has in store for me and with what God has no hands but mine, in essence. Through GODSU definitely, that credit union that you would like to have, that you are going to be having, that is part of what I'd love to participate in, to help you to deliver to so many people need assistance. And of course, you're doing quite well with your Invita and with your financial coaching and so forth. Of course, your credit union is going to bring home to your members. You have membership all over GODSU, all over Africa, the United States, the Caribbean. You have members all over. They need a common platform for their financial guidance. And the GODSU Credit Union, in which they would now have membership, not just that they're going to join a bank where, you know, they do not have any say or anything. Now they have that opportunity to have a say in a financial institution that will be guiding them and their own lives. And I am so proud of you, first of all, for having the thought of having a GODSU Credit Union. So I commend you for that. If I may be permitted to transition to the business aspect of Sure Profits Academy. Now, why this name? Many persons are in business, but they're not sure, they're not clear of their goals. What's their vision? So just by that name, one thing that they should be looking at is to have sure profits. And that's a part of what we are about. We provide coaching and consulting services to businesses of all types. Now it's COVID, coronavirus is here, the pandemic is here, and many persons are now jumping online. But Sure Profits Academy and our parent, we've been doing this online coaching for over 8 years. It's not just a COVID thing. So we have thousands of videos and tools and so forth that we can help people, help business owners who want to get more profits. They want to start out first with more customers, more transactions, more revenues. Those are the things that we help them to clarify how they can get those things, hold their hands, teach them all along the way with our 3-step program. The DIY, which is the do-it-yourself coaching program, if they choose to. We provide them with the coaching material online wherever they are, 24/7 on demand. They can go in and get world-class business solutions. At the next level up from DIY is the DWI, done with you. That's when they call me and our team, and then we do the one-on-one coaching, whether it's via Zoom or the telephone or we go in person. And then the next level up is usually for the larger companies. So DIY, DWI, and then DFY, done for you, which usually is the larger companies. They have a lot of money. They say, Courtney, I have a lot of money. I don't have time. I don't have time to transform my business. So I want you and your team to come in and transform, do it for me. So at such times, I call on some of my business partners, such as Access to Finance, A2F, which is based in Washington, D.C. and Germany. And they are in 70 countries around the world. They are experts in the financial sector. So we go in and we provide solutions for banks, commercial banks, microfinance institutions, but also even higher up to government institutions and to central banks. Recently, we just did a major project for the Financial Services Commission of Jamaica, for example, a reorganization. So that's kind of what we do at so many different levels. And we seek to do this with a certain spirit. One of the major divisions in our organization is called the National and Global Impact Division. This we will eventually spin off to become our foundation. But right now, the director with responsibility, who is a minister of religion, that division is focused on what we call our SPM, our social performance management. And we measure our social performance index, the SPI, to see how we're doing in terms of our social work and our giving back. We look at things related to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. What are some of those issues? How can we help in that regard? And for example, sometimes we provide a US $5,000 scholarship or an in-kind grant for small business owners to get coaching through Sure Profits Academy. So that's just a quick synopsis, and I will allow you to progress with your interview instead of me just sharing and sharing, because if you want the full scope, I can't deny the people who read my books from getting the full story from the books. So I will reserve some so they can get some from the books instead.
Well, that's fantastic. And you know, we're so enthralled with everything that you're saying that we were fine if you kept going. But I want to ask you, based on your definite purpose, that 92-year-old, and by the way, how can you have 5 grandchildren when you look 22? How did you do that?
All right, put it this way. My dad fathered me when he was 65 years old. So actually, I am on a mission, another mission, hopefully, to beat his record and to have a child when I'm 66. And also, I hope to get not only more grandchildren, but more children. So let's see where that goes. You know, I'm already 50 years old. Yes, thank you very much. I know I look no older than 62.
Comedian, look here, Ronnie Williams is running behind you. I mean, just so awesome. So
Nice.
we hear your definite purpose because you saw your future in front of you, and then you backtracked and looked at where you were, and you went and got it, because I see you're on track to graduate through GODSU this year.
Yes.
And so how would you say is your overall legacy that you want to accomplish with your business, Sure Profits, and with GODSU?
Great. So the name of the author slips me right now, but it's a wonderful poem. And there was a question in that poem that stirred me. The question was along the line of, would you deserve a tomorrow based on what you've done today? Yes, and that's so powerful. So each and every day, my thought is, how can I make a contribution and help someone else? How can I follow in path with the Jamaican, part of the Jamaican motto and theme? You have to play your part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. And you probably know this one by heart, Dr. Diane, of course, right? We shall play our part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. So for me, that legacy, overall legacy, is seeing how I can move the needle in terms of people, especially I consider myself a champion for the vulnerable. So how can I help to move those, especially at the so-called lower stratum of society, to climb up without pulling down those who are on top? So my overall legacy, which would be in one of my future books, and I can't give away too much of the details as yet because I don't know it myself, but the idea is that many countries are based on a pyramid with a few rich people at the top and the masses at the bottom are poor. I would love to see a world, and part of my legacy, if it's only the thought and the concept of how we can change that to a diamond at least. So I'm looking at diamond countries, a diamond world, where only few people at the bottom are poor because they choose to be, because some people choose to be hermits and, you know, just live on the bare minimum. But the masses, the middle class, will be larger and larger without the poor itself, without the rich losing their wealth. Meaning that, how can we grow that middle class? A GODSU credit union, for example, is in perfect harmony and alignment with that vision that I have for my own legacy. Because anyone who's going to tell you that they have a legacy that is not tied to their own vision, they are, in my mind, yet to discover that part of their legacy, that their legacy is going to be tied to part of their vision and whatever they're doing. So I'm being here, a part of GODSU, a major part is again because of my own vision. If I didn't have a clear vision, I would not know the moment I saw GODSU the very first time that this is the place for me. Yes? With that clear vision, it is clear that I can do more for the world at the same time doing more for myself. So there's always for everyone, and if you do not have your passion connected to that giving back mission, then it's best that you find that passion for yourself and then seek to look for the ways in which you now can leave your legacy. So again, in short, my legacy, improve the world, and do so especially through entrepreneurships, or helping entrepreneurs to grow and to grow the world, and to help them, to help the poor to climb out of poverty, the vulnerable, the marginalized, whether they're marginalized because of their religion, their race, their sexual orientation, whatever their belief systems, whatever it is, to help them to climb up and to prosper. That is a part of my wider legacy.
That is amazing. So how can our audience contact you and become a part of what you're doing here at GODSU and be a part of Sure Profits and get your legacy rolling right now? Tell us, Nate.
Very good. Reach me personally directly.
Yes.
Directly, for example, they can, my phone number, I'm in Jamaica, so it usually starts with a 1 if you're outside of Jamaica. It's 876-483-8857. So that's a 876-483-8857. And you can reach me directly by WhatsApp. For email, it would be my name, Courtney Lodge at sureprofitsacademy.com. So it's profits with an S. I invite them to go to my website, sureprofitsacademy.com, and there they will get a better sense for what Sure Profits Academy is all about and how we can contribute to your life, to their life.
This is outstanding. And we just want to celebrate you. We want to congratulate you on just not just talking about it, but being about it and making it happen. With the GODSU Credit Union and with you coming on board, we're just so excited about your leadership. And for those of you who don't know, there's a Dr. Courtney Lodge will be speaking at the graduation. He'll be one of the speakers along with Queen Mother Dr. Dolores Blakely, along with the Ambassador of Ghana. He'll be speaking in the graduation. He'll also be speaking in our Empower You conference.
That's right.
Yes, he is. And so if you want to learn more, please ensure you join us. We're so excited. So thank you so much, Dr. Lodge. And we are just so thrilled to have you as part of the family.
Blessings, blessings, and thank you very much for having me. And you continue to do the good work that you're doing. I'm so proud of you, and I'm delighted to share the good news about what you're doing. Your Excellency, Dakar, you make GODSU look so good. Yes? Your creative talent, it comes shining through. I only wish you had told me pink was the color of the day. I would have found me a pink shirt or something. But very good. And you are a major source of inspiration for me, Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks, because I just love what you're doing as a Jamaican on the global stage. You are, in essence, taking to the world, literally, the things with which we grew up in Jamaica, starting, of course, with our own motto for Jamaica, out of many, one people. You're inclusive. You've gone all over. You've gone to Africa. You're just embracing the world and bringing them into GODSU so you can help. As a matter of fact, pardon my pronunciation of GODSU. Some say GODSU, some say GODSU. The first time I saw it, what I saw is God's you. God is you. God is me.
That's what it means.
Yes, of course.
God is it you.
I just absolutely love it.
You're God's you. I'm God's you. We are God.
Indeed. So again, thank you very much, and thanks for your inspiration, and thanks for your good work. I know that you were in Jamaica recently, and you are here on your vision, your mission to assist persons who are suffering from COVID. You're helping schools, just what you've been doing all over the world. You're sending people on mission all over. So just continue doing this. And one day, a part of the new vision is to be an ambassador for GODSU and to take your message all across the world, because what you're doing is great. So again, thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much. This is so exciting. And this just segues into our global workers of God, top volunteers. And part of that are people who have actually given names, phone numbers, spoken to people to come to GODSU. And you've sent like 2 or 3 people already. So thank you so much for that, Doctor. That's what it's about. Building and expanding that Jabez moment. You know?
Exactly. Can't keep such thing as a secret, Dr. Diane. Not at all, Chancellor. This is to be known all over, and to everyone who can contribute, they will be knowing through me, the wonderful things that you're doing.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for having me, Courtney Lodge, and I am now Courtney Lodge, GODSU Evangelist.
That's right. Absolutely. We have an official title for you, and we're going to let you know about that before graduation. So don't worry.
All right. Very good.
Thank you so much. I'm going to
send
you and everybody over to my outstanding co-host here who styled me today. I had what I wanted. He says, oh, no. This. I said, okay, sir. Okay. So thank you, sir. So take it away. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's get into our outstanding workers. Now let's get started with our outstanding global workers. First off, we have helping with administrative work and public relations for NFFI-JA, our Queen Mother, Her Excellency Dr. Dolores Blakely Chaplain, who's the president of New Future Foundation, Inc.
And how many years has she been at the UN?
For 52 years.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Wow. Our spokesperson for GODSU, Ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Bafor Ajebewa Chaplain, who is the Ghanaian ambassador to the United States and is the spokesperson for GODSU's global chaplaincies.
Yes, and we have helping with administrative work and public relations for GODSU, our Assistant Dean, Apostle Dr. Adrian Jackson, Chaplain, who's the president and owner of Global Expert Solutions, LLC. She's also a co-host for our God Success Teach and Pray.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here to speak to everyone concerning what I do. Here at Global Expert Solutions, we provide education, training, and consultation services and strategies to help leaders internationally all over the world with their organization. They may have an issue with organizational culture. They may have an issue with management, may have an issue with leadership, but we are here to help you. But I'm also looking to network with other African-American business owners all over the world to help you to succeed in every area that you are trying to tap into. It is very important during this season of time that as African-American entrepreneurs and business owners that we network among each other. There's a wealth of information, there's a wealth of opportunity, and I am here to help you to get ahead. I want to share a little bit with you about what I do with Global Overdive Seminary and University. I am so excited. I'm Tinkle Pink today. You see, I'm wearing pink. I'm Tinkle Pink. Amen. And what I'm doing with the school, I am co-host of Teach and Pray. I'm the assistant dean with Global Overdive Seminary and University, and it's been an outstanding opportunity. God has just been blessing me, and I'm learning a boatload of information. I'm learning from experts, leaders, outstanding leaders, legendary leaders all over the world who are just teaching me and helping me to grow individually in business and individually spiritually. So I just want to say Global Overdive Seminary and University is an outstanding opportunity. If you receive a phone call or an invite to check us out, please check us out at www.godsu.org. We have outstanding chaplaincy programs. We have outstanding educational programs, and we have an honors program that's just off the chart. You don't want to miss an opportunity to be a part of Global Obadiah Seminary and University. You may reach me via email or on telephone. My email address is aej.success777@outlook.com, and my telephone number is 657-358-0297, extension 1000, or you may reach me toll free at 1-877-658-0377, extension 1000. God bless you, and I look forward to working with you.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Assistant Dean. You are amazing. And you forgot to mention, you're also going to be on our board, on the GODSU board. You have been just wonderful in terms of making sure that we get items to Jamaica. So many children have not been to school literally in 200 days. And so because of the great contribution you've made, when we went to Jamaica, we were able to help. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. God bless you.
God bless you. And coming up next is for administrative work for GODSU, Vice Chancellor, His Excellency, Dr. Willis Eubanks, Chaplain, CEO of Take Action Now IT, doing business as TAN IT. And he's been with us for many, many years. In fact, he's been my partner for, I think, 40 years. Yeah, about 40 years. So he's just fabulous, and we love him here at GODSU.
And next up, we have helping with administrative work as well for GODSU, Dr. Kelly Perry Chaplain, who's the CEO of Kelly Perry Enterprises.
Next for administrative work as well, GODSU Executive Administrator, Her Excellency, Dr. Arlene Span Chaplain, founder of Arlene Sweats. And you may say, how did she get Her Excellency? Well, she's a Goodwill Ambassador for our United Nations NGO, New Future Foundation, Inc., the Jamaica chapter. Anyone who is steadfast and for a minimum of 2 years straight without stopping volunteers with GODSU will be nominated for Her Excellency or His Excellency. So that's a goal all of you are able to work towards.
And we also have helping with administrative work and being a paralegal for GODSU, Director, Her Excellency Cairo D.R. Eubanks, who's the UNCSR CLC CEC Chaplain, who's the CEO of Cairo Speaks and Cairo Writes.
And we have helping with curriculum development for GODSU, Dr. Daniel Porte, GODSU board member and CEO of Professional Management Enterprises, Inc.
We have helping with NFFI, attorney Andrea Moore, Esquire, who's GODSU's Jamaican spokesperson for NFFI-JA, Jamaica.
And GODSU official skincare guru. Don't believe at 58 I look like this on my own. Absolutely not. It's Miss Sharon Wright, CEO of Bella Sapphire, supporter of GODSU and one of the small businesses that GODSU helped to open.
And we have the rest helping with public relations for GODSU, Loretta Ferris, who's the founder and CEO of iBoss Inc.
Bishop Dr. Reginald Benjamin, chaplain, pastor, CEO, and bishop of Lighthouse Christian Fellowship Center, God's Success Teach and Pray Co-House.
And we have Dr. Rachel Turgiment, who is the CEO of On Point with Rachel Turgiment.
We have Reverend Desnet Dr. Sandra Norris Decker, chaplain, First Lady and co-pastor of Greenhouse International Church, owner and physician at Genesis Health and Clinic and Spa.
We have our Assistant Dean, Reverend Dr. Lalithia Davis, chaplain, who's the CEO and founder of Dior to Live in Overflow. She's also a co-host for our God Success Teach and Pray.
Well, hello, and greetings to all of God's great people all over the nation, all over the world. I am honored to be able to be a part of this platform. It has been a phenomenal journey that shall be a part of me for all the days of my life. I am excited about the divine connection that God has placed within me to join GODSU. I want you to know that there is a truly, truly a divine connection when you join GODSU, when you become a part of the GODSU Global Overday Seminary and University. It is like none other university you have ever experienced. It will change your life. It becomes a part of your personal being, not only for an intellect, but also as far as your growth in self, your self-worth, bringing out the best in you. How about reaching your full potential? That's what it'll do. How many of you know that some have gone to college and gone to a university and they're not even working in that field that they have graduated or earned that degree in? Well, at GODSU, you will definitely not earn that doctorate, not just earn that chaplaincy, not just earn that cybersecurity certification, but you're going to actually find yourself, my God, working in those fields, allowing the gifts and the knowledge that has been poured into you to reach your full potential. And that's what I love about GODSU. And so I want you to know that I am Assistant Dean to Global Overday University and Seminary and University. I am the CEO and founder of Dior to Live in Overflow, because I just believe that when you have said yes to God and surrendered your all, that there is a place in God where you can live in the overflow of his blessings. And one of them is joining the family of GODSU. You will live in the overflow. I am overflowing with joy, unspeakable joy. I am the CEO and founder of Dior to Live in Overflow, and Dior means free. That is the Hebrew word for freedom and liberty. I am so free to offer to you the services of financial freedom. How about raising your credit scores to a level where you can be your first home buyer? How many of us want to be home buyers and saw it only as a dream? Well, I am one that I'm a recipient of my own services. How about that? So I'm going to give you what I know works because it worked for me. I want to give you also the services that will allow you to be free to know what financial freedom is. Not to just live paycheck to paycheck, but also know how to learn how to handle finances. I want you to know also, in Dior to Live in Overflow, it's an intercessory prayer ministry that you can live again. You don't have to stay stuck in a place where you have been held bondage to the things of your past, what somebody said about you, what somebody did to you. You can release that, let it go, and go ahead and live free in the promises of God, because he has so many, over 3,000 of them in the Bible, and they're yours because they're yes and amen. And so I want you to know that the products that I offer are the Talit prayer shows. I believe in prayer. My first language is prayer. My second language, English. I'm bilingual. How about that? I am also a notary for the state of Texas. I do online notary, and I go out and to different individuals and do signature notaries. I have made a business with the help of Global Overday Seminary and University turned my brick and mortar into an e-commerce. Yes, I want you to know that you can be a part of God's you, because it's the God in you that will make you grow and reach your full potential. I can be reached at live@hotmail.com. You can call me at 346-224-0784. I would love to hear from you and share more with you. Have a great day.
Fire. Woo! We just love you guys. I mean, you're just amazing, and thank you so much. And you know, I'm so proud that you've come on in the corporate office as well as Apostle Dr. Both of you have come on in our corporate offices, and you've made such a big difference already. So thank you so much, Dr. Lalitha. We love you so much. You're adorable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. And next we have Miss Black Florida, talented teen, the Miss Black USA title holder for the Sunshine State, 14-year-old Sudan A.L. Eubanks. And she was proud to let me know today that she received her W-2 because she works here at GODSU. She does her work. She works an hour a day, 3 days a week. And she says, Mom, I am a part of the USA government because I help to fund them. So I have a responsibility. And she says, but I'm going to ask Daddy to do my taxes. So she said that today. She's the CEO of Sudan Dolls, Games and Apps, and God Success. And she's also God Success Teach and Pray co-host who has filled in many times when the grown-ups don't make it. She has been there. So we're so proud of her.
I have Dr. Shirley Barlow Chaplin, and she's the founder and director at Seed Academy.
And of course, our mogul today, man of God, unleashing legacy successfully, our mogul, does that Dr. Courtney Lodge, man oh man, that's right. And he's the co-founder, CEO, and a master coach at Sure Profits Academy and Sure Profits Coach. And he is coming in, I know for graduation, he will be Assistant Dean, Desnet Dr. Courtney Lodge. And so we're going to have him to come and introduce himself, his business, what he's doing for GODSU, and how you can reach him. Desnet Dr. Lodge.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would now like to say to any business owner anywhere on the planet, because I can serve business owners wherever they are, I can say to you that in under 90 minutes, I can show any small business owner how to double their revenues and their profits. In under 90 minutes, guaranteed, I can show you exactly how to do that step by step. So at Sure Profits Academy, we provide coaching and consulting services in person and online, and we will help you to grow that business that you really want to grow, or help you to continue to start that business that you've dreamt of starting. Here at Sure Profits Academy, you can find us at sureprofitsacademy.com, or you can reach me, Courtney Lodge, at 876-483-8857. And usually you have to put a 1 before that. 1-876-483-8857. Or by email, my name, Courtney Lodge, at sureprofitsacademy.com. Again, we will provide you with that type of coaching that will ensure that you and your business will earn sure profits. Thank you very much, team at GODSU, and continue to remind each and every one of us that God is you and God is in you. Thank you.
And just so you do know, Dr. Lodge has helped to create over 346 different credit unions, and he will be the assistant dean over our credit union, as well as helping with NFFI Jamaica. So awesome, awesome job. Thank you so much, sir.
Just clarify that, if I may clarify that, Dr. Diane. So as CEO of the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions, I had oversight responsibility for all 342 credit unions in the 18 English-speaking Caribbean countries. So that was the main, and of course, did some work with, in the credit union movement in South Africa, Swaziland, and Zambia as well. So that is the extent, and delighted to be your partner and friend to establish the GODSU Credit Union.
Woohoo! Yay! Woohoo! That's outstanding. And India as well. I forgot you did work in India. So great job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And it's my honor and privilege to bring up our most outstanding co-host here, helping with administrative work 7 days a week, 18 hours a day. I bring to you none other than director over all of our operations here at GODSU, His Excellency Dakar Eubanks Chaplain, CEO, Dakar Marketing Tools. A lot of times people judge others by their size, their shape, their race, their age. I never do that. I let the Spirit of God move in me and to discern what's in a person. And that's why you have great people like Dr. Lalithia on here. You know, that's why you have great people like Apostle Dr. Adrian on here, because God told me that was where they ought to be, as well as there's a doctor that's on here as well, President Dr. Courtney. So when God told me that His Excellency Dakar was to be in this position, he was working somewhere else completely. He was in his own business. And I kept telling him, this was many years ago, you need to come on to God. You said, no, I'm doing, what were you doing again?
I was customizing and repairing shoes and reselling them.
Yes. So he was buying and selling and research and doing all of that. And what made you come on to GODSU again?
I was I did not manage my business in the way that I do now, where I would take on I would pay the resources for custom requests from clients prior before billing them. So then I ran into debt because they wanted, oh, I want a special color, I want a special design, and then I get the resources, and yeah, it backlash. So I was in debt, $700.
With $700 debt.
Yeah.
This is when you were in we were in high school, right?
Yeah, high school.
So this was several years ago. So because you've been with us for many years, and it was so amazing. I got a knock at 2 o'clock in the morning. I looked at my Wells Fargo and I'm negative 700. You were what, like 17 or something like that?
Yes.
Oh my God. And I said, I told you you should come work with me. I told you I'd coach you. I'd put you where you're supposed to be. And he says, but I don't know how to do graphics. I don't know how to do this. I said, you're smart. Yes. You know, I know who your daddy is. You're smart. So you can do this. And took him in, and almost 10 years later, look at him. Just amazing, you know, what God will do. So I want to introduce to some and just say, so you can say hello to most. This is our MC, our engineer, our director of operations, His Excellency Dakar. Take it away.
Oh, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Yes, this is yours truly, your MC and engineer, His Excellency Dakar. I'm director of operations at GODSU, and I'm the CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools, which is an international graphic and printing company providing you with all of your marketing needs to help you and your company grow. Our popular products, you can see some on today. We have our branded rings, branded pins that you see here. We also have our branded golf shirts and branded jackets that you see that we're wearing. And we also, in addition, provide merchandise that is crucial to your business. I see you showing off. Yeah, we also have our GODSU African American History Bible. We have, I know Dr. Lalithia Davis is featured.
Yes, she's featured.
In our Bible. You can see her there.
Yep, that's her.
It has her picture, name, and bio.
And the next one coming up, Apostle Dr. Adrian is ready, yes. Has put herself in that one. So we're ready to go.
Yes. And it has different politicians as well as those African Americans that are in government as well as medicine, religious leaders, astronauts, and so on. And we also have in large print the books of the Bible, as well as the scripture, so it's easy for you to read. And we also do magazines, that you can see we were holding up. And we have 342 pages in our last magazine. And we're going to have our, I saw his eyes.
And we feature only our students, just so you know.
Yes.
Only our students. We don't have any outside people at all, just you
Yes.
all.
Yes, and it comes with our directory, so you have all the contact information of our students as well. And we also do banners, flyers, digital business cards, as well as printed business cards. And with our innovative tools, you can turn your brick and mortar into an e-commerce platform. During this time of constant Zoom meetings and webinars, we at Dakar Marketing Tools want to make sure you're prepared with our Zoom for Profits class. And we have it on demand. We have two of our students on with us. We actually, three of our students. We have Dr. Diane, we have our Assistant Dean, Dr. Lilithia Davis, as well as Assistant Dean, Apostle Dr. Adrian Jackson, went through our 3-week course, and they're going to be graduating in May as well. And some of what we covered was how to make money doing Zoom, Zoom essentials, Zoom basics, and turning your brick and mortar into an e-commerce platform. And also, I want to remind you guys to register for our Empower You conference and graduation, as we have all of us are going to be speaking at our conference and graduation.
See here. Yes.
Here, you can see the information on the screen, how to register. But you want to register for our graduation and Empower You conference while you can. The ticket prices are going to go up as we get closer each week to our graduation. I want to tell you how to contact me. You can go on our website at dakarmarketingtools.com, as well as you can email info@dakarmarketingtools.com, or you can send a text or call 754-260-5157, and you can also WhatsApp that as well. And without any further ado, I want to turn it over to our founder of our GODSU, our Chancellor, the Right Honorable Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks JD Chaplain. Please take us away.
Oh my goodness, such a long name. Just call me Dr. Diane, that's fine. I just want to just thank everybody who's here. Yes, I am the Chancellor here, and the African-American woman who created GODSU. And just for those of you who don't know, Global Over Day Seven University GODSU is a 501c3 interfaith e-learning Florida Department of Education approved degree issuing religious institution. And GODSU operates at the intersection of collaborative e-commerce, digital branding, interfaith respect, and we stress Afrocentric education, leadership, entrepreneurship, global citizenship, and technology through our online as well as our live platforms. And I just want to say that one of the main platforms that we do here at GODSU is our seminars. And the biggest seminar we have that's coming up right now is the Empower You conference with the seminars, where we focus on young people who are junior ambassadors. We focus on women, we focus on men, we focus on business, we focus on global trade. So you definitely don't want to miss that. I want to really extend a special appreciation to our special guests that you see here on the platform with us today. These are leaders who have volunteered many hours and who have actually provided actual names, emails, and phone numbers of referrals so that GODSU can grow and we can increase our database of workers of God. So please support us. Please go to tinyurl.com/KLVCN96 and get your registration done. so that you can be with us May 21st to the 22nd. I am the chief servant leader here at GODSU, because that's all those big titles mean. It just means that I'm the responsible one. I have to make sure that everything goes the way that it does. And it sounds like a big responsibility, but to whom much is called, to whom much is called, to whom much is required, to whom much is required, then you have to step up to the plate and you have to make it happen. So it doesn't mean that anyone here is better than anybody else. We just have different functions, but together we make GODSU as a body move forward, and we can't do without each and every one of you. I'm also the provost at the Global Bible Institute, which is our Christian seminary. As you know, GODSU is an interfaith institution, so we have people from all different faiths. I'm also a licensed financial service advisor at Envita Financial Network, where we teach you how money grows. In fact, we do some of the same things that Dr. Courtney does in Jamaica, we do here in the US. And most importantly, we show you how you can make yourself and your family operate as a bank. Can you imagine putting in your money each month and at some point being able to go and borrow from yourself? We teach you that, okay? How money works. And so with that said, I'm so pleased to be our UN NGO NFFI local national president for Jamaica, where we, in fact, we just got some exciting news due to the help of one of our assistant deans, Dr. Sandra Randall, as well as Dr. Lalithia. We're going to be delivering an additional 50 tablets to Jamaica, to Meadowbrook High School. In fact, they're so joyous, they're actually sending someone out just to get those and go back down. That's how awful it is without these products, and the children do need these products. So with that said, thank you so much. We have some wonderful messages for you afterwards. So don't leave us. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and
comment.
That's right. Tell everybody about GODSU. Don't keep it a secret, and ensure that you join us for our coming up Empower You Conference. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU is a 501c3 interfaith e-learning Global Florida Department of Education Commission of Independent Studies approved degree issuing religious institution of higher learning under Florida Statute 1005.061F in Miramar, Florida, a suburb of Fort Lauderdale suburbs. Our curricula include programs like our theology diploma, bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, which are designed for students called to the ministries of teaching and preaching. Program enrollees include pastors, evangelists, missionaries, and laypersons. Our additional courses: Entrepreneurial Studies, premier self-development courses on wealth building. We also offer a mini course for youth, the Junior Ambassador Youth Public Speaking, to gain professional and personal skills. Chaplaincy Diploma, Love and Spiritual, Interfaith, and Christian programs. Chaplains are trained, certified leaders attached to either a religious and/or non-religious institution or organization. Cybersecurity IT courses. Our licensed instructor has a 95% pass rate compared to the 30% national average for CoM.C accredited courses, such as Security Plus and Network Plus. 40% of our alum who've gone through our prestigious GODSU honors programs have also previously matriculated through their earned doctorate programs. Our alum include physicians, ambassadors, statesmen and stateswomen, icons and billionaires, religious leaders, titans in business, global philanthropists such as Ambassador of Ghana to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Bafor A.J. Bewa, Ambassador of Nigeria to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Sylvanus Musafor, billionaire builder and dean, His Excellency Dr. Michael V. Roberts, former Maritime Minister, Government of Nigeria, Honorable Dr. Leke Olawale, President of Fraser Net and Fraser Nation and Power Networking Conference, Dean, His Excellency Dr. George Fraser. Our world-class and esteemed professors include Attorney Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks PhD, Chancellor, Physician Dr. Eric Bizetsky, Clinical Health and Nutrition and GODSU Medical Expert, Physician Her Excellency Rhoda Makinde, PhD, Chief Medical Doctor, GODSU, Medical Missions, Dean Michael V. Roberts JD, PhD, Dean of Entrepreneurship Studies, Dean George Fraser, PhD, Personal Development Studies, Dean Kyra Eubanks, Dean of Junior Ambassador, Professor Willis Eubanks, PhD, Dean of Cybersecurity Program, Professor Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, Associate Professor, Theology Program, Professor Imam Dr. Talib Sharif, Professor Interfaith Program and Chaplaincy, Professor Reverend Dr. William Blake, Theology Program Curriculum Development, Professor His Excellency Dakar, Ethical